Hello, guys. Hello. Welcome to the BBNAIJA Reunion Live Show discussion. Yeah, thanks for listening, and you're welcome to ask questions. You're welcome to make your suggestions. Let's just gist and talk about the live show, the reunion live show that happened last week. So, welcome, guys. The BBNAIJA Reunion Show was aired throughout last week, and it was aired for a total of 30 minutes per day. And it was exciting and fun to meet the housemates, the season 9 housemates again, to watch them on TV, seeing their faces again. It was nice. And hearing their story of what happened after the show and how they're doing and what's up with their peers. I think it was fun and exciting to see that. So the topic of today is, did you feel like the reunion show was necessary? What's your take about the reunion show? Was it necessary? I'm sorry I'm starting late. I was supposed to start at 4, but due to some reasons we're starting after around 4:35. So welcome to this live discussion. Did you feel like the reunion show was necessary? The BBNAIJA reunion show, do you think it was necessary? Okay, for me, I'm just gonna point out like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 moments that I felt it was necessary. One, it was nice to see the housemates again, being that we watched the BBNAIJA season 9 a year ago. It was nice to see how far they've come, and it was nice to talk about a lot of rumors that were flying around, and we could not like get the real gist or like from the main housemates, and they were able to spill some tea too about what's actually going on in their life, even it wasn't much. And it was fun to see that some dynamics, some relationship remained even after the show. I think that made it really interesting. And for being able to know how far about their relationships, some of them were in a ship or situationship. That just was necessary because they know BBNAIJA fans like those kind of things. 5, I think the reunion show was necessary. It keeps us like, it reminds us of how interesting BBNAIJA, Big Brother Naija can be. Even if for me, let me say this is the most boring season. I've been saying it since yesterday. I've been saying it since the show aired last year. The most boring season, kind of the most boring reunion show ever. So, but it keeps us excited for the next season. That's season 10, which I feel is going to be very, very much interesting than this one. I'm not sure they're going to make the same mistake they made last year. So I'm excited about the Big Brother Naija season 10. So those 5 points I highlighted is one of the reasons I feel the Big Brother reunion show season 9 was necessary. So let's move on to, do I think that the show was interesting? No, it wasn't interesting enough. Being that they didn't give us much during their season 9, it's um it made the reunion show so short that there wasn't much to talk about or make mention of, due to the fact that a lot of content was not given. Like there wasn't much to say about most of the things that were aired. So Ebuka could not ask them much questions. But the few ones that made the reunion interesting, Wani, Oyinka, Chinwe, I think Chinwe was the show. If Chinwe did not come for that reunion show, all of them would have been acting like one big madam, big oga, and giving us diplomatic question. I think Chinwe's audacity, loudness, being outspoken generally made a lot of them like losing up and getting to the vibes. Like she made them losing up and getting to the vibes of the reunion show. Like she reminded us of what reunion show was supposed to be about. The drama, the realness. They're supposed to be real. Drop all the acting that they were doing in the house for us for the whole season 9. They were just acting their own drama. They were not being real. The reunion show was about that. Chinwe was like she allowed some of them like losing up because a lot of them were just giving that I'm gonna come and form big girl vibes. I'm not gonna talk much. I'm gonna squeeze my. Because initially it was awkward. Now that I think of it, maybe the producers noticed that or the director. That was why they started with Chinwe and Zion. Because if they that reunion should have been super super boring. But people were a lot of people that watched episode 1 were like it was boring and Chinwe was just talking. I think if they had not started with the show would have been boring, super boring. The way she spoke about her relationship with Zion without hiding anything, without feeling embarrassed about it, the way she was real about the whole thing. Even Ebuka told Zion, he said, see, Chinwe does not lie, she will tell us the real gist. And she did. She gave us the inside scoop about the relationship. She let us know that that relationship was non-existent. So it was interesting to see that play out. You guys are invited to chat with me. It was interesting to see that play out, and it brought some ginger to the reunion show. I think it was able to give us some cheese, and Chinwe gave us a lot of tea. She spilled some tea to in between. So that was interesting to see that play out. And the way even Ebuka, I think Ebuka did not set a lot of questions for them because he only asked a few people. A lot of them didn't really talk much. Like a lot of them just did one liner. Mikey, Femi, she's about talked. She talked with Mikey. She's about Mikey at their moments. Anita, Anita, he didn't want Anita much questions. I thought they were going to go deeper into the whole Tofa and Anita relationship. But I think Ebuka already felt like they ain't going to talk much. So there was no point asking them all those questions. Or the directors edited that part out. Maybe they didn't say much. But I was thinking it was supposed to say, how did Anita feel about Tofa's age, coming out of the house and knowing that Tofa was this age? How did she feel about that? Or maybe Ebuka was shying away from asking all those difficult questions. I don't know. Because that inner show was boring. So Anita didn't say more than a few words, like very few words. Just the what's been up between you and Tofa, and we realized I'm going to work out outside the house. We're fine now. And that was all. Can you imagine? For a relationship that was dragged all through the season, that they dragged us like generator along through the ups and downs, we were there. Through the not talking, Anita is a bossy chick, Anita is rude, Anita is that, she's not this, she does not love Tofa, that, Tofa is this, and that was all they could say. Kai, that won't pay me. Okay. Then the relationship between Wani and Sean, that one too. Although Wani gave us some inside scope that it was Sean that ended the relationship, which I felt that was wrong of him. It should have been Wani ending that relationship, not Sean. That girl did everything for him to keep that relationship together. If not for Wani, that relationship wouldn't have existed. We wouldn't even know Sean. She, although she said it, she said she's an A1 babe. He knows that she cooks well. She's a body in bed. She takes care of all the love language. She's there. He's not gonna get another person like her. But since he said he can't cope with the relationship and whatever drama is going outside there, he wants to put the relationship to rest. And Sean said they agreed amicably. There wasn't any beef between them. But the look Andy was giving, I'm sure there was more to that story. I wish Ebuka like questioned them more. Like according to Auntie Chin, let me use our language. If for put hand for their mouth, make them talk more. So she's gonna put her hand in Chinwe's throat. By the way, that's another gist. So that Mayor Fresh and Suge doesn't much. Those ones were just like, He thought Suge was not like. I think the way they felt about each other was mutual. Suge felt the same way about Mayor Fresh and Toby Forge, and Mayor too felt the same way about Suge. So there wasn't much to say there, but just that Mayor's whatever outfit it was wearing, that first episode while they were wearing English wear, waiting on color. I don't understand why I was wearing all those for. It felt like a competition between him and Sue, like who can wear the biggest for. So for me, no. And Ebuka just asked Toby Ford what he felt about Cassia being married. And that was all. And he said, they're still talking, doesn't feel it. So there wasn't much to say. I think one of the big or top moments where Wanya and Oyinka's exchange, the first fight they had on the reunion show, that Oyinka was saying that Wani didn't have a back in the house. Wani said a lot of things about that. Wani didn't give her any, like she wasn't loyal to her the way she was loyal to Wani. Wani wasn't loyal to Yinka. According to Yinka, the way Oyinka was loyal to Wani. So they dragged that out for a bit, even called themselves name. Wani shouting at Oyinka, calling her names, that, you this, and Wani explaining herself that even if things like didn't work out in the house, she made an effort to talk to Yinka after the house. She even called her, and Yinka did not read on her own part. Moving on to that, we had the Cassia and Oyinka brief. And that one be the Ogbonge moment, the viral moment. They call their series all kinds of names. Only because of that gist that happened in the house that Oyinka said, according to Cassia, that she's using Wani for fame. She's using her to get more fans because she knows Wani and Andy would have a lot of fans outside. They will have a big fan base outside, so she's using them for clout and everything. And they started dragging the story. Oyinka saying Kelly called her Shisha made mention of one tweet that Kelly called her out as the dirtiest person in the house while they were in the house, that she doesn't take her part, that she's smelling, she's a smellos. And Kelly was like, no, the tweet wasn't about her. But towards the end, he would up to you that, yeah, the tweet was about her. What would she do about it since she wasn't letting it go? And Shan, Cassia, their own exchange, calling each other a liar. She would say the couples are they're the biggest liars in the house. Oh, Kelly and Cassia, the biggest liars in the house, all that. But without, they still had their, I think that was one of the top moments in the house, like in during the reunion show between the housemates. That was one of the top moments. And Cassia and Nelly to had their own. In between the OGs, Nelly was like, Nelly and Cassia had run back and forth that we didn't even know where that originated from. But according to her, she said it was because of what she told Oyinka that Cassia said something. And they started calling themselves stupid, this, that. Oyinka said Nelly was a woman. This woman is a bitter woman. She was ready to Cassia she's not talking to Kelly Ray. But on Kelly Ray's part, he said he's not talking to Nelly because she did too much in the house and he feel like she was real. When he started singing she and all that. I don't know that where it was coming from. And it was just funny to see that play out. Then Victoria and Oyinka, one of the top moments too. Victoria explaining her side of the story with the triangle between her and Ozzy and Oyinka. The way she got it was what went viral on Twitter, X, and social media. Everywhere like, oh, she was calm, she spoke calmly, she wasn't like loud. But I already know that about Victoria. She has always been the calm, quiet girl in there, so I wasn't expecting more. I wasn't expecting her to all of a sudden come to Union and be acting like one market woman. So it was nice to see her still maintain that composure. That means she was real. That's Victoria in the house, Victoria outside the house, 100%. And the way she, like, it was Oyinka that was talking about her more throughout the season. That she didn't even say anything bad about Oyinka apart from the fight they had. So she doesn't know why she thinks there one triangle that does not exist and everything. She will call that, and towards the end she was like, you're an horrible person. You keep saying someone is a bitter woman, Cassia is a bitter, but you're an horrible person. And she had to add, I'm saying that with my full chest. Oh, that was funny. That was one of the top moments in the show. Then to round it up, I'll be talking about the Chinweys, what happened between Chinwe and Chini. Because that was one of the top. Like, that was how they ended the whole show on Friday. They ended that moment with the show. The show was initially dragging, but immediately that altercation, like that choreo came in, it made it interesting. That was the icing on the cake for all the whole stress of watching the boring reunion show. And Chinwe and Chine were going at it, insulting each other, calling each other names. It was just so funny, like in between Chinwe spilling about her and her nails, how they are keeping malice, that the thing is so deep. That and she letting us know that Chine is the main reason why they are not talking. And they even live together. She's living in her niece's house, and yet they are not talking. She's this, she's that. That was interesting. Well, for me, that was really all about the reunion show. There wasn't much. So, then, if you're telling them to reconcile, Nelly and Chiwe all getting it out. You can say never. Because she can't even trust her. So it was mutual between them. They had the same feelings towards each other. Kelly and Nelly, they settled it. Who else had an issue? I think that was mostly. Who else had an issue? I think that was it. I can't remember anybody that had an issue that they had to reconcile and they did not. I think Wani and Yinka. Same mutual feelings. they didn't agree to reconcile. Victoria was open to a discussion, but Oyenka had to add that she's a stick. Like, oh God, that part was, I don't know, I have nothing against her, but that part was annoying. I think she could have just said, I'm not open to a discussion, that's all. She could have just ended it like that. So no reconciliation there. So that was just it about the reunion show. And for me, do I think it was necessary? Yes, but not 100%. Because at the end of the day, they couldn't get much content to put out, like to talk on, because of how boring the show went. So that's it for joining my life. Thanks for joining this discussion. Listen to it again and enjoy your day. Bye.